Hello friends, my name is Shayla and today I'm here to talk to you about some newly released or coming soon series that I've had an opportunity to read recently and that I have thoughts on that I want to share with you. I'm going to be talking about 5 different series. These are all just going to be volume 1s that I'm talking about. So this is kind of like a compiled manga first impressions kind of video. And I'm calling this new series on the channel New and Notable, so that you guys can either put them on your radar because I've read them and I enjoyed them, or you can check them out because they're already out. So the first one I'm going to talk about today is Fire in His Fingertips. Now, this one is coming out from Seven Seas Ghost Ship imprint, which is, this series is essentially hentai for women. So I'm going to preface that right out the gate. This is a very explicitly sexual manga. So if that's not going to be your arena, you can always skip to the next series I'm going to talk about. I'm going to leave the timestamps for each series as I talk about it in the description down below. So in Fire in His Fingertips, we have 2 childhood friends, a male and a female relatively. And the girl, well, the woman, she's a working woman, works in an office, and continues to set her fireman childhood friend up on all these dates with her fellow coworkers, but they never go anywhere. She assumes he's just this player firefighter and all this kind of stuff just because of little things her friends have said and things that she's witnessed over the years. From there, they've gone out on this like mixer night, and then she goes home and she wakes up in the middle of the night because her building's on fire. And she remembers one thing this childhood friend always told her. He's like, if you're conscious, make a lot of noise so the firemen know to come and find you. So she starts making a lot of noise. She's yelling. She's banging like a metal pole of some sort on a railing, I think is what it is. But, you know, while doing that, she starts to get discouraged and she stops making noise. And this friend shows up in a panic thinking she's hurt and rescues her. And, you know, she now has nowhere to stay. And so he says, well, you can come stay at my place. And things obviously escalate from there. This definitely has that enemies to lovers feel to it, but I want to include the caveat that we do have the trope within Japanese culture of the woman saying no when she doesn't mean no, because from what I understand, this may be incorrect, and if it is incorrect, I'm very sorry, but to my understanding, the idea of a Japanese woman enjoying and wanting sex other than for reproductive purposes is kind of like not the societal norm. People assume you're a slut if you enjoy sex and crave sex and want it. And obviously in our culture, that's not what we think. And so as things are starting to advance within their sexual and things interactions, there is a lot of her saying no. But at the same time, you know, she's not being forceful. She's just using the words. And I know in our culture, that's a big, like, taboo. You say no, the guy's supposed to stop. But culturally, for them, it's not the same. So I want to point that out because that's going to be a deterrent for a lot of people. So I'm really interested how this series is going to land here in the US. Now, for me, I thoroughly enjoyed the series. I really like the dynamic between these two. This fireman really is a softie, especially when it comes to her. And they even have like a festival kind of date in this volume. And it ends up being really cute. And I really like them together. I don't love that trope where the woman says no a lot. But I still ended up giving this volume, I can't remember if it was 3.5 or 4 stars. I did really enjoy it. The smutty scenes, like artistically, were very nice and very fun to read. And so I'm really interested to see what others are going to think of this one, but I do think it's worth giving a try. But I just want to put that caveat in there that that trope is there, it's present. If that's going to bother you, probably don't pick this one up, only because it will definitely take away from your reading experience. I did okay with it, but I also culturally understood that thing. Again, I might be wrong on that, but that is my understanding at this point. So let's move on to the next one, shall we? Up next on the list, we have Blue Flag, or Ao No Flag. In this, we're following high school teenagers. We're essentially following 4 of them. We only see 3 here on the front. The primary perspective we follow is Taichi. Taichi's the guy here in the middle, and he's just kind of an average high school guy, doesn't really do any extracurriculars or anything. And his childhood friend Toa over here is really popular, into sports, and seems to go out of his way to always talk to Taichi. And this girl in the background, Futaba, notices that Toa is always talking to Taichi. So Futaba recruits Taichi to get Toa to notice Futaba. And so these two enter a friendship to try to get Toa to notice Futaba, even though Taichi knows that Futaba isn't really Toa's type. And so Taichi thinks that Toa has a thing for his sister. And there's also another teenage girl in this mix who is a good friend of Futaba. She's got long dark hair, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. She kind of comes in later in the volume, and she plays a fairly prominent role in this as well. So essentially, we're dealing with a bunch of teenagers who have romantic feelings for one another. There is some LGBT rep in here, so I'm putting all of that out there. This was actually really enjoyable to me. I did not expect to enjoy this as much as I did. I really think that this is going to be a new solid series for me. This is out from Viz Signature, and thank you to my friends at Viz for sending me an early copy. This one is going to be well liked. I really like the art style, and I really think the story that they're trying to tell in here is going to be something that resonates with a lot of people. I definitely recommend picking up Blue Flag, or Ao No Flag is the Japanese title. But yes, if you can get your hands on Blue Flag, this one comes out in April. I highly recommend putting this one on your lists to pick up for April. It's really good. I really like the dynamic between all the characters, and it's just really well done. I very much am looking forward to volume 2 as well. And this is just, it's going to be a great series. I already love it. And this one, because it's Viz Signature, it's a little longer. It's a little over 200 pages. I want to say it's like 225 or something. I can't remember right out. But yes, feelings for various characters are revealed throughout the course of the volume. And it's good. It's really, really good. Like I say, I highly recommend checking it out. Next up on the list, we have Sweat and Soap. Sweat and Soap is the Tell It Again book club pick for the month of March. So definitely pick this one up and give it a read. In Sweat and Soap, we have this working woman who sweats a lot. She's very self-conscious of her body odor, and she, has just freshened up in the restroom, and she comes out and she's looking at this display, and she really likes what she sees. I think it's the new scents for the season or something. And this guy from the scent department walks by and catches a whiff of her, and he enjoys the smell. And so he approaches her, and he's like, yeah, I really like how you smell. Can I come and sniff you every day? And she agrees. And so they enter a friendship where they eat lunch together. He spends some time smelling her, and then he leaves and goes back to work. And so, yes, there's kind of like a smell fetish within this manga. But from their friendship blooms this beautiful and very sweet relationship. It's definitely mutual and consensual. It does become sexual. There's like a hooking up at the office place and kind of getting caught moment in here. Like, there's a lot in here that I really, really like and really, really enjoy. So I do strongly recommend picking this one up. The sniffing fetish thing, I thought it was going to be weird, but weirdly it wasn't. At least not for me. I ended up really enjoying the dynamic between these two, and the sniffing thing really wasn't that big of a deal for me. I mean, it's just kind of how they met, and considering his profession, it weirdly made sense to me. And it's funny because, like, the happier she gets in their relationship, the more her scent changes, and he likes it even more. And, like, they try to go on a normal date where no sniffing is involved, and yes, like, it's just cute. I really liked it. It's not going to be for everybody, but I recommend picking it up. I found it to be a fabulous time. And you will get all of my spoilery kind of thoughts in the Thirsty Thursday live show. This month it'll be on Natalie over at Book of Bees channel. I will leave her channel linked down below. So make sure you are subscribed to her channel so that you can come and hear all of our thoughts on Sweat and Soap. Next up, we have one that is already out. Sweat and Soap is already out. That came out in February. And then this next one came out just this week, and that is Night of the Ice. And this one is very, very pure. I really enjoyed this. It is currently not smutty. I have a feeling it will get smutty eventually, but right now it is not. So I will tell you that right now. If you're expecting smut in this first volume, it ain't gonna happen. So in Night of the Ice, we follow a woman named Chitose. And she's just a career woman. She works at a magazine. And her childhood best friend is a professional figure skater. She's older than him. He's an international figure skater. He's doing really well. But there's a little caveat. For the last year, she has had to show up to every performance he's had and cast this spell from his favorite magical girl anime for him to land his quadruple jumps. And it's really cute and really fun. This guy is so pure, it's not even funny. And I really love this rom-com. It's definitely a rom-com. She gets mistaken for someone much younger because she's kind of short and petite, and she doesn't really like wear a lot of makeup or dress up really fancy. And so people mistake her for somebody much younger than she is. Her childhood friend obviously is this gorgeous figure skater guy. It's really interesting because the figure skater guy starts to feel jealous of Chitose's boss because she's having to spend time with him and like go on business trips with him and things. And so like, this is from the same person who does You're My Pet or Tramps Like Us. I believe the titles are kind of interchangeable. It's kind of known as both. And I really love the art. There's one panel that's not really like a spoiler, but it's just really sweet. So let me just pull that up. Yeah, that's right there. And they're just really good friends, and it's like the cutest thing. I'm really interested to see where this is going to go in the next volume because something happens within the volume and he starts to miss his jumps again. And so people are like, I'm really interested to see what the fallout's going to be for this because, yeah. And it was like at a big competition that he didn't land his jumps. And he'd been so consistent and so good for so long, and now something's happened. And yes, I can't spoil things for you because I want you guys to go and pick this up. It's so good. I don't think it matters guy or girl or anything like that. I think this is technically a josei series. If I remember right, it's a josei. And I'm falling over. But yes, if you like figure skating at all, I highly suggest picking this one up because the figure skating panels are fantastic. I mean, there's just one little thing, and this is them skating like outside on the back. Like, it's just cute. It's really good. I really like the art. I like the story that's being told here, and I'm really interested to see where it's gonna go. So again, highly recommend. Definitely check it out. And last but not least on this list, this is another April release, but my friends at Viz, praise bless Viz Media, and they love me, and I love them very, very much. As you guys know, a lot of my favorite titles are Viz titles, especially Shoujo Beat imprints. But anyways, there's a new shoujo coming out in April that I want everybody to try, and that is Prince Freya. I might like this more than Yona of the Dawn. And that's saying a lot for me. Yona is one of my all-time favorite series, as you guys know. But this plays with tropes that I absolutely love and adore. So in this series, we're following Freya. And Freya is this village girl who coincidentally resembles the ruling prince of this land. And one day, her two childhood friends, an older and a younger brother, show up in the village to come and visit. But their plan is the prince is sick. They need Freya to come and pretend to be the prince. And so they try to put it off and make it not happen. But Freya follows them and it ends up happening anyway. So Freya must now become Prince Edvard. And people are staging a coup. This is very politically charged. There's a little bit of a love triangle with the older brother and the younger brother. That's actually very quickly resolved within this first volume, but I think it will still kind of surface throughout the series. I don't know how long this series is, but I am in. I am in for the long haul. This has this trope of a girl having to become a guy and become a leader to like save the country. I dig that trope hard. I always have. The art in this is just beyond stunning. And like I say, I might like this more than Yona, and that says a lot because Yona's one of my favorites. But it definitely has more of the politics of Yona and less of the love and harem side of Yona. This is probably closer to, this is like if Yona and Requiem of the Rose King had a baby. That's what that is. I really love this with all of my heart and soul. It is so good. This is going to be a new fangirl gush on my channel. So guys, just be prepared for this. Like, it's coming, whether you like it or not. I'm sorry. But yes, I am definitely really excited for you guys to get your hands on this one and give it a try because it's really, really good. I'm trying to not get spoilery. There's traumatic things that Freya has to deal with as soon as she gets to the capital. And it's really interesting. I really like it. I really, really like it. And you get to see Freya grow in ways that you wouldn't expect in this first volume. It's a different kind of growth than Yona's, though. So friends, these are the 5 series that I am so excited about. These are ones that I've read recently, and these are my thoughts on them, obviously. Let me know in the comments down below if you've picked up any of these or if you're planning on picking up any of these, because I really want to know your guys' thoughts. And also let me know down below if you like this series, and I can continue to do that as I get early copies of things or find something new that I've read that I really enjoyed. There are some that have come out recently that I talk about a lot in my Manga Love Readathon vlogs, and that's like My Androgynous Boyfriend, A Man and His Cat, and some things like that. What's the other one? Beyond the Clouds. So if you want my thoughts on those, you can definitely check out that vlog. I will leave that linked for you in the cards. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I really love all of you so very much. You're all so great. And I hope with all my heart that you will give these 4 a try at least, and then cautiously enter Fire in His Fingertips, just knowing that that trope is going to be present. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is YouTube. You guys know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.